Hey loves, welcome back to Day Spills Tea. I, of course, am the lovely Day, and we are still following this Cardi B / Tasha K court trial. Today is day 6, and I continue to follow Mr. Dennis Byron, and I do have a little extra information that I got from the lead attorney's channel here on YouTube. I'll make sure that I drop links so you can check both of them out down below. But it appears that Tasha K actually had some wins today. Maybe it's not going to be a full slam dunk for Cardi like we thought. But before I get into that, I'm not about to ask for the likes because you already know I want that. I need to shout a couple of people out. So the other day, some dude, whoever he is, needed some attention. And so he wanted to talk about my voodoo nails, which are fire, by the way. And so he threw a little shade. Like, he wrote a whole paragraph, including caps and all of that, honey. He was not feeling the nails, and he needed for everybody to know. But my girls, Nika Almeida, Nicole Johnson, Loretta Tooley, and then Chester Jade, the Generous Clitoris. I'm going to need to check that channel out. Roberta Blackman and Pamela Cooper. Got him. Thank you, ladies. I really do appreciate the support. Y'all allowed me to keep it cute. I ain't even have to dirty my hands, and y'all got them together. I really do appreciate it, for real. Y'all some riders. Thanks so much for doing that for me. Anyways, let's go ahead and get to the story. So, again, today is day 6 of the Tasha K Cardi B trial. Of course, Cardi B is suing Tasha K for defamation of character and slander and libel and all those good things that are probably going to amount up to millions of dollars. Like, let's be very clear and honest about that. So to start things out, the day started with them losing a juror due to the person having COVID symptoms. I don't know if they tested positive or if they just had symptoms. And I got that information from the lead attorney. And basically that now takes them down by 2 jurors, because they also lost a juror in the first week, because apparently this particular juror saw a video of Tasha K saying like some really, really harsh, terrible things in front of a child, and that person was like visibly offended and bothered by it, from what I understand from some of Dennis Byron's reporting last week. And so they all agreed that we needed to go ahead and remove that particular juror so that they, you know, didn't have anybody who had become an impartial juror. So there was that. Anyways, so if you recall, yesterday there was an issue with some video evidence that Tasha K's attorneys wanted to introduce to the court. And so we left it there. The judge tried to give them a minute or overnight to kind of rethink things, regroup, come up with their plan and all of that good stuff. So we picked up there this morning. So it turns out that it is a video of Azalea Banks apparently on, well, there's a few things that they're trying to introduce. Let me get it together. There was a video of Azalea Banks during an interview on The Breakfast Club where she talked about Cardi B being a racist. Okay, so the judge was like, okay, that has no bearing on the case. Not going to be admitting that into the courtroom. And of course, this conversation is happening before the jurors even enter the room because they can't hear this at all. And then there was an issue where they wanted to introduce some social media content from Offset's stepdad, where he was saying some pretty bad things about Cardi B, where he was making some accusations about her. And so this is according to both Dennis and the lead attorney. But when you watch the lead attorney, he actually really, really drove the point home that the judge at this point was ticked off. Because Offset's dad ain't in this courtroom. He is not a witness on the list of witnesses or anything like that. You are really legit trying to enter in some random ass hearsay into the courtroom. And so apparently the judge was so offended by it that he told Tasha K's, and we've heard so many times now that the judge has admonished Tasha K's attorneys, but he told Tasha K's attorney that they needed to go back to the first year of law school. Ooh. And said that in front of Tasha K. So if you ever watched the lead attorney, then you probably saw that he spoke on Tasha K, and then Tasha K attacked him. She talked all kinds of crap, and she kept talking about how great her lawyers were and all of that. And so she wasn't worried about nothing. These are the lawyers that she was talking about, who keep getting ripped new ones by the judge. Anyway, so there was a few more times too that the judge became upset, or, you know, just kind of put off by Tasha K's attorneys. So at another point, what's her name? Olga is the female attorney that they keep talking about. Olga apparently does a lot of talking with her hands or moving her head around a bunch and all of that kind of thing. And apparently this is something that signals to the judge that it looks like the attorneys are actually trying to signal Tasha K answers, like basically trying to tell her, stop talking about that. You know how you kick your partner under the table, or you pinch your sister when she done went all rogue in the conversation in mixed company and all of that type of thing. So apparently the judge was picking up on it. They wasn't real smooth about it, and the judge picked up on it and let them know that they need to cut that crap out. There was another instance where Olga was speaking directly to the judge, and the other male attorney on Tasha K's team was talking to her. Where they do that at? Like, I'm not an attorney. I have no interest in law school or anything like that. But I would think that if somebody is addressing the judge in court, everybody else should be respectful of that, including your co-counsel. So normally, I guess what they would do is they would slide a letter, you know, write a little note real quick, maybe say this, maybe don't say that. But no, apparently this guy figured that it was pretty doggone okay to go ahead and actually talk to her while she's talking to the judge. So the judge apparently, based on what Dennis Byron said, told him, I want to read the quote. Oh, where is my quote? Oh, here it is. And this is Mr. Sabir. That's the other attorney's name. He told Mr. Sabir, "You act like you've never tried a case before. And if you do it again, I will hold you in contempt." Can you imagine being Tasha K and sitting there and hearing the judge ripping your attorneys, who you paying your hard-earned money to represent you, who you've been talking about for ages, how much they got you, and you can wipe your behind with the cease and desist because you got the white attorneys, or whatever it was the message she was saying in the past. None of that sounds good at all. I mean, it sounds like her attorneys, don't kill me for saying this, but it sounds like her attorneys are a really good representation of her. Anywho, so some additional evidence they tried to enter in was they wanted to enter in some evidence regarding Cardi B and Nicki Minaj's interaction at the Met Gala. The judge again said that that could not be admitted because that case is actually still pending. So if they were to introduce that to the courtroom, Cardi would not be able to comment on it, because whatever comments she would make now, you know, she could be held accountable for in the future case. And so just really can't do that. So the judge said no to that. Then they wanted to share some receipts that Tasha K provided regarding Cardi B apparently just being nasty. I mean, we know that Cardi is no angel. Like, we done talked about it all in the comments on my videos. Cardi B is no angel, okay? She is not without sin. But that's not what the case is about. But apparently there was a fan of some sort who had recently lost her infant child, her son, and she had posted some things about losing her son on her social media. But then she decided that it was a great idea to go in on Cardi B's teeth and talk about how crooked they were. Y'all remember Cardi's teeth? And Cardi apparently saw it and snapped out on her. Like, Cardi responded and said something to the matter of, "You all worried about me. If you'd have been more worried about your baby, then he might have made it." So that's pretty effed up. That's like incredibly effed up. Like, you know, last week we heard about Cardi saying this is stuff that only a demon could do. Saying that to someone is pretty damn vicious. Like, that is not okay in any way, shape, or form. Doesn't change that Tasha lied on you now, but it's messed up. And now we know that Cardi's had her teeth fixed for a minute. I'm hoping that this was years ago. I'm hoping that this was a really ignorant, immature thing to say. And I hope that she wouldn't say something that ignorant and immature to this day. Unlike Tasha K, who just continues to double down on all the things that she's done wrong. Anyways, so that actually was not going to be admitted, but then apparently after a lunch break, the judge decided to go ahead and allow that to be admitted. There was also some social media content where Cardi B apparently referred to a black child or a black infant or a black kid as a monkey. Okay, that's also, we all know that that's not cool. We all know that that's not cool. Like, whether if you're not blackity black, which we don't call each other kids monkeys, but if you're not blackity black, you don't call no black kid no monkey. Like, that's not cool. So that was also admitted. And the win is that Tasha K is being allowed to have this admitted because it doesn't change whether or not she might lose or win the case, but it could dampen the damages. So if the jury sees Cardi B as not this super holier than thou angel of a person, then then Tasha K may not end up having to pay out quite as much as she might if they believe that Cardi was this delicate flower who was just attacked by the big bad wolf. Okay, if that makes sense. Anyways, so then the last thing too is that there was some evidence that Tasha K's attorneys wanted to submit to the court that the judge was like, fool. Where the judge actually kind of doubled back, and where they would normally just say, if you can get it admitted, then get it admitted. But in this case, apparently this judge is kind of starting to feel sorry maybe for Tasha K. I don't know, I'm not there. But apparently the judge asked, like, are you sure? Like, this does not help your client. This actually hurts your client. Like, are you sure you want to have this admitted? Like, I can't even imagine what's going through Tasha K's head while she's sitting there and watching her lawyers at work. Not in awe, but probably in flat out freaking fear. I do not know what is going. Every time I sit down to do a video, I have water or coffee or something. But today, the one day I have nothing, something wants to be all attacking my throat. I don't know what's up with that. Anyways, so at least Tasha K did have some wins today. I don't know how much that's going to help her. I think she's still absolutely going to lose the case. That's my opinion. Y'all can let me know what you think about it. I think that it sucks that Cardi said something so terrible to a grieving mom. I think it sucks that she referred to somebody's kid as a monkey. I really would like to know the timeline of when that happened now that she has a black child. Well, 2 black children, pretty much. So I really want to know, like, what was the thought behind this monkey comment? Like, did the kid look like a monkey? Because I doubt it. Like, what was the reasoning behind that? And I think that it's probably going to trigger something in a bunch of y'all. So I can't wait to read y'all comments and see if you feel any differently today than you did yesterday regarding this case. Anyways, that's all I got. Make sure you check out Dennis Byron on Hip Hop Inquirer here on YouTube, and The Lead Attorney also here on YouTube. And then I think on Twitter and Instagram, Dennis Byron is at Mr. Dennis Byron. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. Bye.